and welcome. You're watching NewsX with me, Devika Devan. An op-ed in NewsX's sister newspaper, the Sunday Guardian, has viewers deeply troubled Bangladesh's Chief Advisor Mohammed Yunus. The article talks about India having to be cautious of Bangladesh, which is facing quote-unquote a meltdown due to Islamist extremism on the streets. Yunus is now covering it up due to his ties with the West and how Bangladesh is slowly turning into East Pakistan. Professor Madhav Nalapat has written this article, which predicts that Mohammed Yunus, the chief advisor of Bangladesh, might soon leave the country altogether and settle in the UK, where he has deep financial connections. All of the above is based on certain facts. Yes, Bangladesh has seen coordinated attacks against Hindus since Sheikh Hasina was sent into exile and Mohammed Yunus took over. Yunus has re-established ties with Pakistan immediately after his takeover, even allowing visas and cargo ships to dock at Dhaka. So what exactly is Mohammed Yunus calling false and unsubstantiated? We take this conversation forward. We're with us Master S.T. Muni, former diplomat. Professor Madhav Nalapat, who's written the article, is with us as well. Major General Brijesh Kumar, former DG for military infrastructure, with us, and Joyita Basu, editor of the Sunday Guardian, with us as well. Let me begin with Professor Madhav Nalapat. Professor Nalapat, I want to begin by understanding from your perspective, why do you think Mohammed Yunus has been rattled by what you have written, sir?
That is perfectly understandable, because unfortunately, I had deep respect for Dr. Yunus until he took over as advisor, and then I saw that he was just not doing anything about what was going on in Bangladesh. And he can deny what is taking place, but it's there in plain sight. It's there all over. There are multiple corroborated stories by credible individuals about what's happening there. And frankly, I was told 2 or 3 things which really, I felt I should therefore write about it in the Sunday Guardian. We are addicted to truth, the Sunday Guardian. We are addicted to exposing certain things. For example, the unpleasant fact that in 2022 April, when President Biden and then UK Prime Minister Johnson sabotaged the Ukraine peace deal, I pointed out that Ukraine is going to be the loser. Yes, of course, Russia, but also Ukraine. And so it has proved. The Ukrainians have paid a very heavy human cost for this particular war, which could have ended in 2022 itself, with frankly much more land in the control of Kiev than the situation now. So I want to say that a whole brigade of people have turned up to try and prove what is false wrong and what is correct false. You have these fact checkers, quote unquote. Most of them are basically peddling a particular narrative, and any narrative against that they say false, 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 false. You remember what happened, Devika, during COVID-19. I had very good friends of mine, including in the US and other locations, Japan, who basically, and in India, who were very clear that COVID-19 could only have been a lab-developed virus. There was no clear indication of any animal vector. There was no indication of any other vector, except what happened was the existing SARS-1 virus was given spike protein and various other things. But these things have not happened by accident. They've happened as a result of precision by the Wuhan Biological Laboratory. And my friend said, I said, why don't you point this out? Why didn't you write for Sunday Guardian? He said, if we write for Sunday Guardian, we'll be driven out of the medical profession. So they were forced to go along with what turned out to be a blatant lie. President Trump appointed as the National Institute of Health chief a known skeptic of this so-called, bat theory. A batty theory, if you ask me. And now, unfortunately, the facts have proved him right. Unfortunately, with so many people. And what has happened to all those who were busy saying false, 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 to any individual who even hinted that was a lab created, even as a possibility that was lab created? Where are Dr. Fauci? Where are all the other apologists for this specious theory that it came from a bat? So I want to say, Devika, I'm not surprised at this reaction by Bangladesh, but I'm sorry, but the facts are there in plain sight. If Mohammed Yunus only get out of his limousine, get out of his escort, and look around, he will see what's going on. To Hindus, to Christians, to Buddhists, and to Muslims, not just those belonging to Awami League. I can understand Sheikh Hasina or some corrupt elements in the top leadership of Awami League being proceeded against. They were corrupt, there's no doubt about it. That's why, unfortunately, the social situation developed in the way it did. But the entire Awami League, a party which has got lakhs and lakhs of cadre, they have been banned, and you call this democracy? And what is happening in front of you, extremists all over the place, you look anywhere, you will see that this is going on. So I only want to say, Devika, I had immense respect for Dr. Yunus, and my only request to him, he please take a look around, see if we can check this ongoing violence, hatred, mayhem against Awami League people who are almost entirely Muslim, against moderate Muslims, against Hindus, Christians, and Buddhists. Please check what is going on in plain sight, Dr. Yunus. Please redeem the glorious reputation you once had. Thank you, Devika.
Absolutely.